All right, so, that's the procedure that's going to be followed. Very interesting what we've learned the last few hours, especially because this has been the last phase of the rescue efforts. We've seen the manual approach pretty much take center stage. Individual workers went into the escape passage with drills as well as gas cutters to tackle obstacles like iron girders. In fact, the last bit of the busted auger machine was cut out piece by piece and the steel pipe finally inserted further into the partially complete escape passage. And another pipe, as we speak, is being welded. Mr. Krishnan Mitru, you were making a point. How long do we expect this to last? The last pipe being welded, simultaneously being pushed in, and then finally, being able to reach out to the workers. How long will this process last as per you?
You see, as I estimate, the rat hole digging should take about, I would think about anything, say about an hour for 10 feet excavation. Now, depending upon the length of the pipe that is being inserted, which should be either 20 feet or 30 feet. So even if it is 30 feet, even if the pipe is 30 feet long, and it takes 2 to 3 hours to weld the pipe before they push it in, it should take anything from, say, about now 8 to 10 hours.
Okay, you're still
my estimate. Okay. I could be absolutely wrong, but
this may be a very realistic estimate, is what you're saying, because one of the experts was saying possibly by 5 p.m. we could see them come out. But you're giving us a realistic estimate, understandable. Dr. Sanjeev Bagai, several at the tunnel site were also pointing out how the 41 workers who are going to eventually come out are not going to be exposed to the sunlight, etc. immediately. What are those signs and how do we closely monitor that?
Yeah, so the workers who've been trapped continuously 24/7 for almost now 2.5 weeks have had no exposure to sunlight or to natural light at all. And this causes a lot of psychological stress. There's a feeling of claustrophobia. And if the patients or the people are directly exposed to sunlight, they can get a sudden symptom of disorientation or indeed blindness. They will also have hearing deficits and ringing in the ears, which we call as tinnitus, which is because of a closed environment, trapped area. Much will depend upon what the oxygen saturation levels are, what kind of gases they have been exposed to, what is their overall hemodynamic status. That means what is the blood pressure, what is the hydration, what is the circulation status like. So I think an emergency setup which is being shown on your cameras right there at the site is very important to stabilize the patient. And what I mentioned is a very quick access to the hospital. So this should not become a viewing gallery of people who are there just to see this unfold. Only the healthcare workers, the disaster management team and the local administration should be there, and the patients and the ambulances must be given a free access to the nearest hospital.
Okay. And you're telling us that this could vary from individual to individual, but so far the medical experts on ground have been suggesting that nobody is very serious, everybody's by and large healthy. So is there something that one should worry for?
Yeah, the fact that there has been a communication with them, and there is through the video cam which has been shown endoscopically that they are alive, they are talking, and they are well, is very, very reassuring. So none of them apparently till now are not critical, so to say. But like I said, much will depend upon the first base assessment at site and long-term management in the hospitals, because they're going to have a lot of electrolyte disturbances, a lot of protein loss, a lot of malnutrition overall. They will also have a lot of sleep disturbances, psychological stress, what we call as post-traumatic stress syndrome. So a multidisciplinary approach will be required in a hospital. But the first aim is to get them out as quickly as possible in the safest manner, so that there is no physical injury during the excavation or during the transportation, and then stabilization.
Okay. All right.